Support for the Leadoff on WGLT and WGLT.org comes from the Central Illinois Regional Airport, offering seasonal nonstop service to Denver. Outdoor concerts, hiking, and more activities in the Mile High City are one flight away on Frontier Airlines. Close, convenient, Sierra. More at CIRA.com.
A first-of-its-kind art exhibition is opening doors for West Bloomington artists. That's one of the things you need to know to start your day for Monday, July 15th. I'm Ryan Denham, and this is WGLT's The Leadoff. Now let's lead off with local reaction to calls for President Biden to step aside. WGLT's Lindsay Jones has more.
U.S. House Representative Eric Sorensen added his voice to a growing number of Democratic lawmakers who are calling on President Joe Biden to end his re-election campaign. Sorensen, a first-term Democrat in the 17th Congressional District, received quick pushback from his challenger, Republican Joe McGraw, who called Sorensen's statement, quote, a desperate attempt to save his seat. But in an interview with WGLT, Sorensen says he believes his statement wasn't based solely on politics, but more on conversations with people in the district.
Continue to compile the messages. I take stock of the conversations that I have with the people in our district. I try to push all the politics away, and I don't think that this is a political decision at all.
The political fallout and ongoing discourse that's followed Joe Biden's debate performance late last month has gone on for weeks, while Biden has so far remained committed to running for re-election. McLean County Democrats Chair Patrick Cortese says some of that dialogue has been frustrating.
Even locally, right, we've got some real issues that we need to be talking about on a county level. What are we going to do for our mental health support? What are we going to do about finding housing for folks who need it? I know as a party, we would much rather be talking about those kinds of things.
Cortese says the local party doesn't have an explicit stance on these calls for Biden to drop out or remain in the race. He says the party's ultimate goal remains unchanged.
Yeah, as a party, we're going to be, and we have been already working hard to support our county board candidates, supporting Senator Dave Kaler, supporting Sharon Chung, and driving out voters who share those values and care about the democracy.
For The Leadoff, I'm Lindsay Jones.
Here's some other stories we're following in the WGLT newsroom. Illinois Republicans are in Milwaukee this week for the Republican National Convention, where they will nominate Donald Trump for president and have some serious talks about the state party's direction. The Bloomington City Council will hear a presentation this evening about the use of project labor agreements in city projects. That's happening during a non-voting committee of the whole meeting at 6 at the Government Center. And Youth Build McLean County plans to transform 2 acres of green space behind its facility. The private and charter school will be adding a multi-use sports court, a pavilion, nature path, garden beds, and a goose habitat. You can find more on these stories at WGLT.org. The McLean County Arts Center has operated in some way, shape, or form for 136 years, but a first-of-its-kind exhibit points to what mixed media artist David Dow tells WGLT's Lauren Warnicki is an underrepresented, or never represented, segment of Bloomington Normal's art scene.
If you don't see yourself someplace, it's really hard to know you belong or you're welcome. So for us, the objective is for anybody to see themselves as welcome here.
It's called West of Center, and it's a show that for 2 months shines a light on professional and aspiring visual artists living on Bloomington's West Side. That includes nearly 150 self-portraits by youths from the Boys and Girls Club and Irving Elementary third graders. Dow and Jim Neely of Wisecracker Studios sponsored the exhibition.
What does that do to help a child see themselves as welcome there, as belonging there, but also kids that are thinking about being artists, it's encouraging to them to have an opportunity to do their work and have it be seen.
Bruce Talese was the same age as those Irving third graders when she won her first art prize. She used pointillism to create shading and light, making a 3-dimensional apple in a 2-dimensional space.
And I was the blue ribbon, the first winner, and I was like, oh, that made me feel good, or something that I love doing. But it kind of stopped there, because who do you tell? Like, this is something I want to do.
Talese took a long break. She picked up painting again at age 14.
I used it as an emotional breakthrough. Like, I know I'm more level-headed when it comes down to painting, and then after that, I kind of put it on a back burner again.
Talise met Dow and Neely while working at Labyrinth Made Goods. That's a program of the YMCA of McLean County which supports once incarcerated women with re-entering the workforce.
Actually, David and Jim bought some of my work. It was this little flower, and I thought it was so basic. I didn't see what they seen in it, so I think that touched me to get me back into the artwork.
The result of that work is a triptych of paintings representing both ancient and modern day depictions of slavery. It's hung on a reclaimed door and serves as West of Center's centerpiece. There's also a pair of self-portraits. On the left of the pair, called Fading Embers of Burning Passion, is a face engulfed in flames, melting with a butterfly representing Shay's heart. The other piece is more contemplative and demure. A nude black woman with natural hair crouches, her back to the viewer.
I feel like just being in your nude is just such a vulnerability. And we're not going to encourage people to walk out in their nude. But it's like, once you get to that point, what more can someone say? Because you're putting it all out there anyways. Them being posted together on the wall together, it just shows like, this is me.
And all the while, she's still working at Labyrinth Made Goods, squeezing art in the in-between moments as often as she can. It hasn't been easy. A big push from Dow and Neely has helped.
Her art career didn't really take off until recently, and then she kind of poured herself into it. As you talk to her and see some of the works that she has here, they are really powerful. Shay has a lot to say.
A lot to say and a lot to do. And for Shay, the sky's the limit.
2019, I was in Labyrinth Made Goods professional development program, and at that time we had to write a business plan, and my business plan was to open up an art gallery. I said back then I want my art in an art gallery. I don't know how it was, and from 2019 to now it is. This has to open up a door to see that I do have art, and I have emotional and supportive people around me that understand my art. I'm going to keep it going.
The West of Center exhibition runs through August 24th at the McLean County Arts Center in downtown Bloomington. WGLT's Lauren Warnicki spoke to Bruce Shea, Talise, and David Dow.
Support for arts and culture coverage on WGLT comes from PNC Financial Services. PNC is committed to supporting local arts and culture events in the communities they serve.
Before we let you go, the Normal Town Council meets tonight at 7 at City Hall. On the agenda are changes to an incentives area known as the Enterprise Zone. It's tied to Rivian expansion plans. That's it for today. I'm Ryan Denham, and the show was produced by Lou Warner. You can subscribe to the Leadoff on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.